Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the Show Up Fitness podcast. Happy 250 years to the United States of America. And what better way to celebrate this wonderful weekend by talking about how to become a successful personal trainer. We have one of our biggest sales ever. But before we talk about that, we need to address the elephant in the room. How to become a successful personal trainer in 2026. But really, I think we should take a step back and take a look at why so many trainers are struggling. 90% quit within the first couple of years of getting their certification. How is that possible? A lot of people are going to say, that's just a made up statistic. I came across that statistic in 2009 from the PT Collective. When I first started teaching at MPTI, it was time for me to level up my skills. I got a background in kinesiology, internships from University of Connecticut, sports performance, cardiac rehab, physical therapy, working alongside of dietitians. But I needed to level up my game if I wanted to be the best teacher of trainers. So I got into the internet, checking out the top names at the time. PT Collective is out of the UK, and I came across a statistic that they use 90% of trainers quit within the first year. I'm like, holy shit. Let me think about that. I worked at a gym called Palladium, also Renaissance Club Sport. I did see a lot of trainers quit. Why is that? Instead of just regurgitating that statistic, I needed to get into the trenches. So over the next 15 years, I took the initiative to interview managers and trainers, district managers, CEOs, CFOs, and talk to them about this. Would you agree? Most trainers quit within the first year. What statistic would you say? I've had as high as 100%. I've had some higher end gyms say 50, 60%. But the more I interviewed, the denominator was the same. Trainers are struggling. And so my initiative, my vision, my BHAG, big, hunky, audacious goal is to change the fitness industry. Trainers want to be respected, but we don't go through a respectable process. Take a look at doctors. Are they taking the shortcut? What about physical therapists? 4 years in kinesiology, biology, sciences, and then a 3-year didactic internship where you're getting supervision and learning hands-on. 7 years of learning. And then interestingly enough, when you start your career, $69,000 is the average in California as a physical therapist. Registered dietitians, they get their undergrad in kinesiology, biology, nutritional sciences, a year with a master's and also an internship. They are in the trenches, 5 years learning this stuff. And they go out there and they practice under supervision their new career. 5, sometimes 10 plus years of learning, but not trainers. Let's take a look at the ad from the National Academy of Spectacular Marketing. 3 things that set NASM certified personal trainers apart. Grounded in science, not shortcuts. Number 2, interestingly enough, respect that shows up before you speak. NASM, you silly mofos. Are you listening to this podcast? Are you putting in information? Is that a little slide towards show up? Number 3, a career with no ceiling. I challenge that. No shortcuts, yet on their website, along with the other textbook certifications. So this isn't a blast to NASM. This is when you think of fast food, what comes to your mind? The golden arches. We're not saying that all fast food is McDonald's, but that's what your mind thinks about. There's plenty of other ones. Textbook certifications, NASM, ACE, ISSA, they're all the same. Go to their website. They claim we are the gold standard. Number 1 accredited certification, NASM. You go to ACE, we are the gold standard. ISSA, we are the gold standard. Every company says they're the gold standard. How is that possible? They're highlighting as a pro, get certified in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Would you go to a doctor? I just took my boards and I'm 4 weeks in. Let me do heart surgery. I don't think so, doc. I'm a brand new physio. 4 weeks of learning. I'm ready to start gaining experience. Under who? Oh, no one. I just got to learn by myself. Trial and error, baby. What? So who should be held responsible for this? In my opinion, being a teacher of trainer of 15 years, interviewing trainers and managers, who should be held accountable? I think it should be the textbook certifications and also the gyms. If you become a physical therapist, you know it's written in your contract, pretty much absolutely guaranteed. You're going to get $1,000 to $2,000+ annually for continuing education. Do you get that at gyms? When I interviewed Lifetime and Equinox, the best of the best, when was the last time the gym offered continuing education, hands-on learning at this specific location? Never. Well, before COVID, I think we did one a year. One a year. That's crazy. And the real irony behind that is a lot of the continuing education is trainers teaching you what they learned. So it's like, I go to a workshop, I don't really grasp everything. I bring it back to the gym and now I'm teaching everyone. It's just cherry picking information. What happens with the telephone game? Hey, Chris is a hunk. Oh, Chris is a hunk, and it goes down. Last thing you know, Chris has a big nose and he's a freaking loser. That's not what the original message was. It was Chris was a freaking hunk. But stuff gets lost in translation. We lose the original content that was being delivered because our brains don't know how to process this, or it's too much information, drinking through a fire hose. So the gyms need to take some responsibility as well. Carlos, shout out to you, buddy, one of the top trainers at Equinox. It's been there 5 years. How often has a company came in and taught your trainers? Live, hands-on learning. And it's 5 years, maybe a couple. How many trainers have you seen leave? Oh man, I can't even tell you. Cisco, our man out there in Miami, we're going to be at Miami Falls at the end of July with our hands-on learning with our partnership with Lifetime. When you were at Lifetime, how many hands-on learning courses came through? I couldn't tell you any. Mr. D, Dylan, $355,000 he generated as a top trainer for Lifetime. How often are you gaining hands-on experience? Not very much. I went to your course because I was familiar with you, but we don't have a lot of offerings. And the real difficult thing to swallow about this whole thing is that the top trainers typically are not going out there and learning more because their schedule's full. And if you want to go to a seminar for 2 days, you have to have that growth mindset, understanding that there's going to be an ROI in the long term. It's compound interest. Most trainers are short-sighted and go, I'm not going to go to a 10-hour workshop because I'm going to miss out on $1,000, even though it's free. So if those that are going out there and spending thousands of dollars, they have that growth mindset. They want to continue to perfect their craft. So people give me a lot of shit. Oh, why are you always picking on trainers? My whole mission is to give trainers the respect that we deserve. And we need to do what other professions are doing. Learn, learn, learn. If you quit within the first year, you're not learning. You are not in the trenches learning hands-on. Just in the last 2 years, I've interviewed over 500 trainers with our partnership with Lifetime, been to over 30 gyms. And I'll ask these trainers, where are you struggling? Not making enough, afraid of sales, not able to take vacation, burned out, imposter syndrome. These things can be fixed by getting out there and learning more. And here's my challenge to you. Do your research, not by typing in one line in the Google machine and clicking on a paid ad. If you want to go to the depths of hell into Reddit or a Facebook forum, ask trainers. How long have you been a trainer? How often do you see people quitting? Why do you think that is? Do you mind if I hop on a call? Get on a Zoom call, interview them, look at their mindset, look through a veil of ignorance. Don't use your biases. Don't have me in the back of your head. Ask critical thinking, open-ended questions. Do you think that the average trainer could tell you the 4 rotator cuff muscles? Four? I thought it was a cup. 4? Oh my God. I didn't know there was 4. There's actually 17 around the shoulder. Imagine going to a physio. Hey, doc, could you tell me the rotator cuff muscles? Yeah, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres, minor subscapularis. Oh yeah, and the subscapularis. Not only does it stabilize the glenohumeral joint, it's going to internally rotate. Oh, the external rotators are the infraspinatus and the teres minor, and they also assist with extension and a little bit of horizontal abduction. They will spit it out there like that 100% of the time because they have to in school. The average trainer can't tell you the basics behind anatomy. When it comes to programming, talk to me about Henneman's size principle. Huh? Who the hell is Henneman? That wasn't in my textbook. Most textbooks don't even have that. That's one of the fundamental terms that you learn when you get a degree in kinesiology. motor unit recruitment, type 2, type 1, fast twitch, slow twitch. What is happening? How do you recruit your type 2 muscle fibers? How do you recruit your type 1? We are cherry picking years of knowledge into a month. Our course at Show Up, 3 months to get your CPT. Then we have our level 2, 3 months for nutrition, 3 months for soft tissue, 9 total months. But in that time, you need to go to a seminar, upper body seminar, lower body seminar. We now have nutrition seminars. We also have partnered with First Form. So we're going to have quarterly seminars at their headquarters. During these 9 months, you are learning, but you're going into the trenches and you are doing it. And then you come back, you check in, and you learn about the programming, the mistakes that you're making. And don't put words into my mouth. I can't believe you're saying everyone's going to fail if they get a textbook certification. I didn't say everyone, but as a gambling man, I'm going to take the USA on Monday. That's for sure. I'm going to bet that the average trainer who gets certified with only a textbook and then tries to go out there and gain unsupervised experience will quit within 12 months. I absolutely would bet that every single freaking time. And it's not a knock to that trainer. I think that's where the interpretation comes off wrong. I'm this voice, I'm this belt buckle, this personality. He's an asshole. He's just making fun of everyone. No, I'm calling the industry out because no one else is doing it. I'm the one person who's calling the industry out with a solution. You need hands-on learning. Absolutely. Number one, you need a mentor. When was the last time you paid a trainer to get trained? When was the last time you paid a physical therapist to take you through an assessment? When was the last time you had an online coach take you through a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day transformation? You're not even doing what you're telling your clients that they need to do. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? I want to level up the industry. I want trainers to be proud to say, I'm a personal trainer. No, I'm not screwing around on the side here, mom and dad. This is a very lucrative career because I get to help people. You know, what's cool is when I have Becky who comes in and she had diabetes, and then at the end of the year, her diabetes has been reversed. I had Susan, she had bone mineral density of a negative 2.5. That's called osteoporosis. We helped reverse that. And I'm charging $150 per hour. Last month, I made $16,000. Last month, I made $23,000. We have trainers that are doing that. NASM on their page, they claim that NASM makes 22% more than the average trainer, $61 per hour. They did that survey. They probably paid people. I don't know. I'm not putting words out there. Don't sue me, NASM, but that's what's on their website, $61 per hour. I challenge that because if you're making $61 per hour at a top gym, that means you have to be charging at least $125 if you're getting 50%. If you just have a textbook certification, you're not getting hired at Lifetime and Equinox. That's who can charge $125 plus. Right out of the horse's mouth. Numerous managers at Equinox and Lifetime have told me our expectations, 5 to 10 years of experience during the casting protocol, which is just hiring people, and or an SUF CPT. So if you don't have that, then you got to go work at an LA Fitness, a YMCA, Anytime Fitness, Orange Theory. Nothing wrong with those spots, but you're getting paid 15, 20, maybe $25 an hour. You're not making 61. If you do it independently, most trainers don't have the confidence to charge $50 an hour. They take on anyone and everyone because they weren't given the fundamental tools for success, the business skills, the people skills, and the technical skills. So if you talk to someone and say, oh my God, you're a trainer. That's so cool. I want to start training you. How much do you cost? $50 an hour. Ooh, that's kind of expensive. Okay, I'll do 25. And they start building a book of business, $25 an hour. The next thing you know, they're training 30, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They're like, oh my God, this is so hard. I'm going to start increasing my prices. I just listened to Alex Hormozy or a Mind Pump podcast, and I'm going to start charging 75. And every single person goes, no, why the hell would I be paying $50 more per hour with the same product? You sit on your phone the whole time. We just foam rolled and did some weird shit on a BOSU ball for 15, 20 minutes. Absolutely not. Well, maybe if you kind of know someone who maybe sometime might want to maybe train with me, no confidence in that delivery. I'm afraid of sales. Why? Do you think physical therapists are afraid of helping people get out of pain? You have a client who comes in as a trainer and they have shoulder discomfort. Do you have the whereabouts to screen appropriately, refer out if there's a red flag, and help them get out of pain? Most trainers can't. When I say most, I'm talking 95+% of trainers don't know what to do when a client comes in with a shoulder issue, knee issue, low back. They just give them random exercises. And as we know, the science supports the best thing for pain is movement. So a lot of those individuals will feel better. So then we kind of concoct our own little anecdotal science or way of training. Functional movement systems, go look at them. It worked for us. Look at all the transformations. Well, how many people implemented your strategies and it didn't work with? What about the clients whose pain got worse? What's your process then? Do you have meetings weekly, monthly, quarterly when you review your SWIFT analysis with therapists and dietitians going through case examples? I have a client right now that has a grade 1 rotator cuff tear and they're 6 months post-injury. And the exercises that you suggested for me to do, they're not working. What do you think we should do next? Well, send them back to me. Let me do some more thorough assessments. Maybe let's take a look at pec minor. Let's take a look at other issues. Let's go up and down the chain to see, maybe it's the thoracic region. Let me do a thorough analysis. Okay, send them on over, come back. Now there's a new protocol. You implement that new protocol. That's a system. That's teamwork. My challenge for you to go out there, talk to trainers. Don't be pugnacious, one of my favorite words, alongside of ubiquitous. Don't challenge and argue with them. Tell me the rotator cuff muscles now. No, just have an open and friendly conversation. Hey, I was just listening to this great podcast going over shoulder anatomy. Did you know there's 17 muscles around the shoulder? How many can you name? Tone of voice. Hey, Jason, what are the 17 muscles of the shoulder? Name them now. I can do it. I'm better than you. No. Dude, I've been a trainer for 15 years. I know what I'm doing. You don't need to know anatomy. Anatomy is bullshit. Your clients don't care about anatomy. They don't care about that stuff. They care about results, which is true. But there's more nuance to it. It's like the trainers and the coaches out there say, calories in, calories out doesn't work. Yes, it does. But there's other things alongside of it. You got to look at your hormones. You got to look at genetics, environmental factors, hydration, sleep, stress, all that fun stuff. It's too simple to say your clients don't care about that stuff. Your clients want to be safe. And your demeanor, those people skills that you possess that a lot of trainers don't, maybe that's why you've stuck around for 15 years. And then that's where you get the survivorship bias. Because every year we have thousands of trainers that enter the industry. The ones that succeed, they're going to tell the next trainer, well, this is what you need to do. Whereas if you want to become a therapist, the process, you have to get a degree, science related, and then go to a school for 3 years to get your DPT. And about 15 years ago, it was a master's. If you're in Canada, different process. If you're in Australia, UK, different process to become a physio. Those terms are used fairly interchangeably, physio and physical therapist, not confused with DPT lifetime. Come on, what are you doing there? That's all right. When you're $1 billion company, last time I checked, $9.1 billion company, you can do whatever the hell you want to. The CEO, Bahram, has a bigger belt buckle than me, so I got to give him respect. But they can do whatever the hell they want to. I'm referencing physical therapist. There is a process. If you go ask 25 trainers how to become a trainer, what do they regurgitate? Just go get your, NASM, your ASI, SSA. Why do we make those suggestions? Because that's what you did. As I said earlier, I'm not smashing and knocking down trainers, but I've interviewed the most out there. I've yet to come across someone at my level who's interviewed as many trainers and managers across the globe that I have. And when I ask those trainers who've been around for 10, 15, I've had trainers at our seminars that have been training for 40 years. And the things that they say, I wish I had a 2-month internship that I could have gone to in Santa Monica like you offer. I wish I would have got your certs where I can ask questions to people. I had mom and dad money. I had significant other money. I didn't really have to grind it out those first 4 years, but I made a ton of mistakes. I wish I would have done it this way. And you notice the trainers that stick around the longest, who are confident, go look in their Instagram bio. It says trainer. It doesn't have NASM, CES, PES, WS, and all these things that give a sense of false confidence. I can always tell you a new trainer. Look at their bio. They want to feel important. And so I think that's who I offend the most. Trainers come across us. They look, oh, this guy's that doesn't work. OPT model is scientifically based because that's what they told me. Have you consulted or talked with a professor of kinesiology? Is that really scientifically based? Stabilization, 4-2-1-1 tempo, doing hypertrophy training with 60 seconds rest. That's what they say. That's cutting edge science right there. Now, with that being said, there is a new textbook coming out probably in 2027. So NASM will come out with one every 5-8 years. But that information is going to take another 8 to 10 years to clear out. We are still citing misinformation, stuff that's been debunked. Upper cross syndrome, we need a foam roll and stretch. We have debunked this decades ago, but there's trainers today that still use that vocabulary. I find this really interesting, the thought experiment that I've done. Talk to trainers. What's the best certification to get? You got to do this. Get out there. Talk on your story, go to Reddit, whatever. What's the best certification to get? NASM, ACE, ISA. Usually you're going to see that because those are the profit organizations. Or I believe ACE is actually nonprofit, but NSCA, ACSM, nonprofit, but those are backed by education, meaning that you have to get a degree. For the most part, people will get those certs. So we're going to eliminate that scientific community. When you look at the masses of trainers who are certified, it's through the textbooks. So if you ask them, they're going to tell you, go get your NASM, ACE, ISA. Those are the best certifications. I read that stuff and I felt that it was really, really valuable. Well, yeah, because you haven't done anything else. It's like if you're new, if you're an alien and you come to the planet and I give you a book on medicine and it talks about putting leeches on your body, you're going to do it. You're like, this stuff, which just translated into, this stuff is great. Hey, bro, whatever you are, that's not up to date. This is what you should be going on. It's what you enter the industry learning. And a lot of us have to unlearn if you are going out there and doing continuing education. Now, go ask a physical therapist. What are your thoughts on NASM, ACE, ISSA? They literally will roll their eye. Oh, God, those certs suck. Verbatim. I've interviewed hundreds of therapists, and it's the most enjoyable conversations. Yeah, I really am super surprised that people think that's legit. Interestingly enough, you look at physical therapists and their acronyms, DPT, Doctor of Physical Therapy, CSCS, because that's a legit test that you need to have a college degree with, CISSN, if they want to get the nutrition stuff. It's stuff that's backed by actual science. You don't see therapists with, oh, I also have my NASM CPT. I've literally maybe come across a few. When I talk to like, oh yeah, I forgot to take that out of my bio. This whole podcast isn't about just smashing NASM. I love NASM. They are a for-profit organization. You got to love that. But you also need to ask deeper questions. Who are they owned by? Ascend Learning, that's $1 billion company, who's owned by Blackstone. So when I talked earlier about who should be held accountable, it's gyms, because they're not investing more into the trainer. They're not paying him enough because at the end of the day, they're owned by private equity and they want to profit the most. But on the other side of the coin, we have these profit organizations who are owned by private equity and they want to better their bottom line. When was the last time one of these certifications reached out to you, an actual person, not freaking AI Claire, and said, hey, James, how's your career going? Where are you struggling? You know, I have an instructor over here who lives in your area. I would love for you to connect with them, shadow a couple sessions, have some coffee, talk about your struggles, your fears, and see how you can improve. Maybe we can give you some ideas on how to build your business. Not just, here's another certification, it's a textbook. ISSA, let's get the corrective exercise. ISSA, let's get the whatever the acronym is. ISSA is owned by Tailwind. That's a $4 billion private equity firm. So when you have the money, they're going to market. You're going to hear it. So because you hear it or see it a lot, that's the beauty of marketing. Then you think it's legit. And so my frustration comes from the fact that trainers are not able to turn their passion for fitness into a career. That's what fires me up. We do monthly and quarterly Swift calls with all of our instructors. And one of the questions I like to ask them, what motivates you? Get them thinking. What moves your knee? What wakes you up in the morning where you want to do better? And if you don't have that passion project, clients who you really enjoy training, you're going to burn out. And the pushback we get from a lot of people, I'm not making any money right now. It's just so hard. I'm strapped for cash. But you need to surround yourself with people who are not strapped for cash, because your scarcity mindset, when you go into that assessment, your clients can sense it. There's urgency behind the sale. You're doing this to help people. Don't be transactional. Help them. If someone can't afford your package, don't get weird. I'm not talking about that stuff. The personal training package that you offer, give them more. Here's a month program that you can use. I'm also going to post every day for the next 30 days a weight loss challenge that I'm doing in my social media. I'm going to tag you. What's your social media? Give me your email and I'm going to send you 25 articles that are going to help you with A, B, C, and D. You have shoulder issues? I'm sorry I couldn't help you with that today. Go check out the prehab guys. Here's a great article and a lot of exercise that you can do regularly to see how they're doing. And then you follow up with them a week later, a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later. There's a follow-up process because they're in your pipeline. Nope, that's not what trainers do. We get frustrated because we go online and we see some dipshit who's an influencer business coach, and they're telling you, oh, I'm making $500,000 a week online. This is what you got to do. So we get that FOMO. And then now we have that paralysis by analysis because we stop helping people. Why the frick? I'm using less cuss words because I know vulgarity offends people. And that's my own little back and forth that I always come at. Should I cuss more? Fuck, shit, I don't know. There's a great article by Dan Gardner, our recent partnership at Vitality Blueprint, which talks about how if you cuss during your workout, you're actually performing better. Studies have shown that. It's so cool. People were doing more push-ups or holding a wall sit longer when they cursed during their workout. That's why I said frick earlier. Fuck, I should have said that. I don't know what's going on. It's morning. I've had a lot of coffee. I'm ready to go. I'm fired up because this topic fires me up. Trainers are not able to turn their passion for fitness into career because they were misled. And that's what my passion project is, to get in front of more trainers to give them a solution. That's why it brings us to our best deal ever. We have our certifications that are competitive. Our CPT, which is certified for life, our soft tissue, which gets you linked up with a physical therapist. You learn soft tissue techniques and how to assess clients in pain, and then our nutrition coaching certification. You learn from RDs, live calls. You learn how to develop coaching, drive a stream of revenue, 30 plus thousand per year in a second stream of revenue. Most trainers quit because they don't have streams of revenue. And now with our Vitality partnership, you're going to get blood panel testing. So you have your client go through, get their blood tested every 180 days, twice a year. You're able to decipher these readings, these biomarkers with an RD. Hell, you should link up with a concierge doc that's just going to make you even stronger and more complete and give your clients better information. A lot of general physicians don't even review. We're not doctors, but we can look at this stuff. I'm not saying, oh, your LDLs are 150, you got to take this statin or whatever the hell it is. No. But I can tell you that, oh, this is slightly elevated. Let's talk to the RD about some supplementation that's going to bring you back to a normal. But most importantly, it's going to improve your performance, your energy, less likelihood of getting injuries, all that cool stuff. Now we are practicing as a practitioner because we truly are in the front line of defense. If you're taking blood pressure, if you have a physical therapist and RD, you're making referrals and not trying to be a jack of all trades. So with our deal right now, certified for life, soft tissue, nutrition cert with Vitality, and a seminar, $999. Normally, that would be over $2,000. If you're already certified and you just want a specialization, the soft tissue or nutrition, you can get 2 certs for $699 or one of our certs and a seminar. You can go to a seminar within the next 12 to 18 months. We do 2 to 3 per month. In the summer months, we typically don't do as many because the demand isn't there. We've been about 1 per month in the summer, but then we'll jack it up to 2 to 3 when it comes August, September, October, and so forth. You need hands-on learning. You need a community where you can ask questions and learn from other people who are doing what you're doing. Back in the day, I'm telling you stuff from my pops, who was a psychologist. He specialized in Vietnam vets and PTSD. And I love sharing this story because it just makes so much sense, where there was so much trauma from Vietnam because one day you're in Saigon, the next day you're in San Francisco, and everyone fucking hated you. And you're the weirdo. They're throwing tomatoes and shit at you. You are the asshole. Happy 250, right? There you go. But during World War II, when the war was over, they put everyone on ships and they brought them back. That debriefing process, that's a psychological word, is something that's so powerful because you do terrible shit in war. And so when you can say, like, you're freaking out, you're in your head, as we all are, and you go, dude, no, I killed a lot of people. And the person next to you goes, oh man, dude, I killed a lot of people too. I killed a kid, I killed a sheep, whatever it is. They did weird shit just like you did. So it normalizes what you experience from a psychological level. Trainers don't have that, in the sense that you're struggling. You have fear, you have doubts. I've had 13 people say no to my training. You don't have the confidence to go to your manager because you look like a failure. So where do you go? Reddit. And you got John 13 Wicks, who has an avatar of a freaking Snoopy. He's telling you, oh, this is what you got to do. You don't even get to talk to him. So when you're in a community, you actually see a face. You see my hair's flipping up over here when my hat's turned backwards. You see a face. Chris, I'm really struggling with programming. My last client came in and they want to get stronger on the bench press. And I started out by doing chest flies and Bosu ball presses and stability ball press. And he wasn't impressed. He didn't sign up. Talk to me what he said. Why did you start out with the chest fly? Why did you do a Bosu ball press? I'm not going to say you're a fucking loser for doing that. No, Talk to me about your thought process behind it. That's conversation. Okay, here's what you need to do. Reach out to them and say, I want to take you through another complimentary session. That first one was just for beginners, but as I've obviously seen, you can handle a lot more. I can't wait to get you in the gym. Normally my sessions, as I told you, are 150. Let's get you in on Wednesday. I'll take you through another complimentary workout, and then we'll help you with the program. And you incorporate some super overload. You do some partial Bosu ball presses at the end to get that metabolic stress and the pump, because that's what he wanted. He's trying to get to 275. Well, you get to 275 and you help him up with the concentric. Control it down, lift it up. Yeah, you're going to have to deadlift. Maybe you need another trainer to be on the other side. But then that client is, oh, wow, that's pretty impressive. You're being proactive. Then you come back to the class, you go, holy shit, man, that worked. You signed up for 100 sessions. I just made 15 grand. So the course was expensive? No, actually, this is the best investment of my life. I'm so happy and confident now I can go out there and I feel like Neo, I can stop bullets, because you can help anybody. And that's what we offer at Show Up. The average trainer barely understands their body. Show Up trainers understand the human body. Take a look behind me. You got to know your anatomy. That's the foundation. Movement patterns, regressions, progressions, where it falls into the programming. And then to be confident with the delivery of working with you, which is your sales proposition. You discover stuff during the assessment. If there's pain, you get them out of pain, because that's what we teach you. And if you can't, you have a great therapist who will help. We have great partnerships with the prehab guys, tons of physical therapists. Dr. Farnsworth, he's a rock star. Dr. Coleman, and we have Dr. Andrew. They will be on the call in July. Our CPT program, you get access to live calls on programming, exercise variations, and anatomy. With the nutrition, you get access to an RD and vitality. And then the soft tissue, you get access to a physical therapist. So you get to ask the horse's mouth, pun intended, and learn about this stuff. I'm really excited about where we're at as a company, how many trainers we've helped level up their business, but most importantly, give them the confidence and the self-worth to deliver a product truthfully and safely to help their clients get results. So our sale, it's on for the next 48 hours. DM me, Instagram, info@showupfitness.com. Get one of these packages. I guarantee you will make your money back within 3 to 6 months, depending on which certification you're getting, or if you're getting the whole bundle. You get access to our whole entire platform for life. Right now, it's $100 a month if you just want some of the live calls, because you don't get access to all of them now. You get some of them if you're doing the monthly $100 per month. With the certification, you get 3 months access, and then you're going to get to a seminar. Seminars are normally $799. So you see, with this bundle, you're getting a huge discount. Normally it would be $1,500 for two, $699. Everything that we offer, lifetime membership, $999, as well as a seminar. And remember, throw this into your story. Let trainers know there is hope. We give referrals if people sign up for our program. Hey, Josh sent me over. Cool, Josh, there's $200. Do you get that from NASM, ACE, or ISSA? They're going to give you a $5 coupon code for fucking Uber. Who knows? We want you to succeed. And when you help us succeed, everyone wins. Remember, big biceps are better than small ones. And keep showing up.